Hello and welcome to Diamond Shine with Shanta. Today we're going to be doing a kit up and chat of the Canvas Sweet Candy Apple by Romy Lerda. I'm going to be doing this kit for Romy's Dreamer Gals 23, which starts in June. It's hosted by Kiss My Crafts and Christopher Colossa. I will link their channels in my description box if you're interested. And they also have a page on Facebook. So we're going to be kitting up into Elizabeth Ward. I like Elizabeth Ward containers because you can use so many different sizes. And I have lots of extras. I bought, I don't know if you still can or not, but you used to could buy like the single packs. You could buy like maybe 5 of these in the pack or 3 of the large ones in the pack, and I've ordered different size packs so I can make my I can customize my my container. So let's get started. All this black. So we know this black is definitely going to go into a large one. Oh, well, isn't that interesting? Well, okay. That's never happened to me before. Okay. Only me, y'all. Only me. Okay. All right, be careful with that. This is my first Dreamer Design canvas I've ever worked on. So I don't know how sticky their stickers are. I guess I'm gonna find out because I'm gonna put them straight on the containers. I probably should have got me some game beads in case they're static. It's not. Ooh, I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess, y'all. Only me. Well, let's see. Today is, what is today's date? Today is May 30th, Tuesday, May 30th. It's in the morning. I go to work this afternoon, so I decided I really tried to do this video yesterday, but on Memorial Day, where everybody was home and everyone was just being, didn't want to sit still so I could make a video, which is fine. So I'm gonna make it. I'm making it now. I have my Stanley cup with me today. She's a little decorated. She has her little bow and she has a little cactus straw topper. This color is called Iris, and she also has a boot on her. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. If you can't see it, I'm sorry. It's hard to tell when I'm sitting down what you all can see, what you all can and can't see. I have to have my water. So I also need to record the, I'm just making a mess today. I also need to record my post review of the Kraken One. I finished it. And I need to record that. And I also started working on Wonderland Hair from Touch to Soul Arts. Even though they don't sell canvases from Shay J Reed anymore, and it happened after I made the video and after I had done another order. I had made another order, which is fine. The order is going to be fine. It's going to go through, but I just was not aware that they had stopped selling her canvases. But I found that they put a little post up in the Facebook group that they were no longer selling her canvases. And also, I thought it was really nice when I had the trouble, you know, with the when I was curious about, you know, the sizes. So when I did my reorder, I had explained about, you know, the size discrepancy, and she was like, the supplier had made a mistake, and she was like, what can she do to make it right? And I was like, no, it's fine. I mean, the canvas is fine. It's, you know, it's workable. I'm fine. You know, this is how I am. I don't want to waste. You don't have to replace it. I can work on it. People make mistakes. I mean, I work in retail. I know this. And I was like, that's fine. And got one more little bag, y'all. I think I'm just gonna leave this one bag out. I'll do it like that. Cause this thing has 68 colors. It's a lot of colors, and I'm hoping a lot of them will go into this. But you just don't never know. Oh, that's interesting. They have their strips are in order like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm not used to that because we know DAC does it by size. So that's cool. Y'all, these stickers is gonna give me trouble. I can already tell. Oh, and I like how their stickers are more slender. They fit in between there a little better than DAC does. Okay. I like that. I need to get this put in the trash in, because if not, I'm gonna have a big old mess. And so, you know, I was like, that's fine. But I told him I do have a suggestion. Maybe if you could put the size options and the name of the canvas, you know, under the picture on your Facebook page. You know, and that was the end of that. But then, evidently, it's two people I think that are a part of the company. Is Leah Mitchell and Christy Chalk. And I think when they ended up some kind of way coming across my video, and they were shocked at how the canvases were so wrinkled, and they had apologized profusely. I was like, it's fine, because Wonderland Hair, y'all, when I put that paint under those diamond paintings, that I don't know. Yeah, I'm always doing something. Okay. It flattened right out. It was no problem. Then, you know, they would tell me, you know, I was telling them, you know, then they were talking again about the size discrepancy, and that, you know, they really pride themselves on being a small business and offering, you know, quality paintings. And they want to give me another canvas, and I was like, well, that's fine. So I picked another Care Bear, and I'm gonna show that to y'all. But it wasn't necessary. I thought it was nice though, but it was not necessary at all, because stuff does happen. And especially when you, even the offering to, you know, what can I, because what she said in the first email was, what can I do to make it right? Even offering that to me means something. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to, just offering to make it right is enough for me, because like I said, the canvas is fine. I can, you know, I still can work on the canvas. It's not as big as I wanted, so of course it's not going to be rendered the way I wanted. She was willing, even though she was willing to get me another one, you know, the bigger size, and I was like, no, it's fine. You know, I can work on the one that I have, and I just thought that was very nice. So we know Touch of Soul Arts cares about the quality of their paintings, and they're willing to fix things if something goes wrong. And in business, that goes a long way. Ooh. I don't know why. And these don't want to come out. And then I heard a rumor that they're finna stop making Elizabeth Ward containers. I hope not. This is my favorite container. I just bought another one off of Amazon. They had them for $28, and For a while, they had become very, very, very expensive. So I was excited to get, get one for so cheap, get it for $28. I don't know. It's like, how many containers do you really need? I kind of do. So I'm gonna try to put as many as I can into these little bitty containers to, make up the 68. Because the standard Elizabeth Ward, I think, only holds 45 containers. So unless you get the one, they do have one, and I've even bought this one before. They have one that has all little bitty containers like this. I think it's 84 pieces, and I have one of those. But again, I mix and match it with the other pieces that I have to, to customize it. Because more and more, I've noticed, paintings are having a lot more colors. So we're going to have containers that can hold more colors. So I have a 60 bottle container, but that wouldn't work because I have 68 colors. And you can't fit more bottles in a container. So to me, that makes the Elizabeth Ward containers just more valuable because they can be customizable by size. This little drill did not want to come out there. I'm wonderful, well, I don't know. For right now, I guess I'm going to try to do this, but then I'm going to have to eventually get them to where they fit better. Okay. See, this is not that big, but I don't know if it's... I'm going to try it in one of these little ones. I might have to transfer it. That happens sometimes. It's hard to tell. This looks like it may be a little bit too much for this one, but we're going to see. I don't think I can squeeze it in there. Like I said, I need to get as many colors as I can into these little bitty containers so I have enough room. I have to get off this lip. Bam, I did it. Okay. Now we can put the sticker on there. See, I just had a nice restful day. We didn't cook out or anything. Like I said, working in retail kind of kills holidays for me. But I did have a nice relaxing day. I did get to make one video, which I'm gonna try my best to get out today. If I can get it if I can finish editing it before I go to work. If not, it'll be out tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'll edit this video and I'll try to get it either out tomorrow or Thursday. Maybe on 7. Let me see. I normally just cut my things anyway, but Dreamers is so different. It's so interesting the way they're in 1, 2, 3 order. I'm not used to that. Had an epiphany while I was diamond painting this morning. And I know how people, that we always talk about, confetti, if you like confetti, if you like color blocking. And confetti has never bothered me. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. That was a big old yawn. Confetti has never bothered me, and I figured out why now. So I diamond paint, I think, a little differently from most people now. It's people, I'm sure, that diamond paints this way. Y'all, these stickers just like to rip on up. I'm just making a big old mess. Then my flat things I want to stay in there. So when I diamond paint a very large section at a time. And when I have that really large section, and I mean, like, if I could get, like when I did the cracking, I did the whole row, in a big old swath. And like with the Wonderland hair, it's so wide. I like cut the canvas in half and then do half of it and roll it down. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm yawning so much, and I'm not sleepy. I got lots of good sleep last night. But they say yawning is really not sleeping, it's just having a lack of oxygen. Maybe because I'm running my mouth so much, I'm not breathing good. But I do such a large portion of the canvas at one time. It doesn't really feel like confetti because I'm not changing colors often. You know, I'm using one color. I'm putting it every spot that it's on that big old section. Then I go to another color and I do the same thing. So it doesn't feel, you know, like it's a whole bunch of confetti. And I think that's why confetti doesn't bother me. It just hit me this morning because the canvas I'm doing now, it has a lot of confetti, but it doesn't bother me. And I think that's why. At least so far, y'all, these drills haven't had no static because static is the tips. Check this out. I'm excited to get started on this canvas. I haven't done a round canvas in a minute because the Kraken one was square. My eye, I got some in my, not some in my eye. I have to pause. I'll be right back, y'all. Oh, what was I talking about? I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was talking about round drill canvases. Yeah, I pretty much have been predominantly working on the Kraken one and the Little Mermaid, which were both squares. I was doing a Little Mermaid for a Mandy Manzano event, and then I was doing the Kraken one for the Colothon. And my goal was to get them both done, and I did. I was so proud of myself. So, and I had one of my subscribers that asked me, you know, how do I decide, you know, which canvas to do? Because I do have a ton. And how I decide is, number one, I want to work through the old canvases that I have, like the very first ones that I bought. I want to get through those. So I've been left one in there. I've been working through those. So the Little Mermaid was one of those. I have Curl Up with a Good Book. That's going to be the next one I want to do. It's a Randall Spangler. That will be done this year. At some point, it will get scores in there and worked on. And then, so that's one way. I've been trying to do some of my older canvases that I bought at the very beginning. I'm going through those. When I do Curl Up with a Good Book, my first order that I did from DAC will be 100% completely done. And then another thing I use to help me choose canvases is events. So like right now I bought this canvas because I saw it on Kiss My Crafts channel. And I thought it was so cute. But the event, the Romy Dreamer Girls event is getting me to work on the canvas. And also I want to work on canvases from companies that I've never worked on before. That's another way that helps me decide, what I'm working on. I like to, I want to, keep buying canvases, and I've never even, tried them. And then I work on the first canvas. I'm like, oh, I don't like this, so you got to, work on them too. So that's why right now I'm working on Touch the Soul Arts, and I'm doing this Dreamer Designs. And I'm also going to be working on Donuts at the same time, because that canvas is so little and cute. I actually better get that done really fast. And it's got a lot of color blocking with that pink in the background. It should not be that hard for me to get knocked out. Number 11. Take it as we go. So number 11, number 12. It's kind of good so far. They're really fitting in these little containers. I hope it stays like that. Well, I can tell you one thing. Dream Design stickers are not super sticky. So that's a good and bad thing, because eventually it may start annoying me. At the same time, I cannot stand when all the glue gets left on my containers. So it's like a catch-22. And then another way I pick canvases is in January, I made a list. I think I talked about this before, but I made a list of all the canvases I want to try to get done this year. Like I have, and like another thing I'm trying to do, I'm trying to work through the canvases that I already have kitted up. Like for example, I have Sherry Baldy has a company, and I had bought 2 canvases from her. I don't know if it was probably in 2021. It either was 2021 or early 2022. And I haven't worked on one yet. I have one queued up, so that should get worked on this year. I don't know what's going on with me and all this yawning. And then I have Cat Crazy Chloe, which is a kit from Craftedly, and it's not terribly large. That one's kitted up. I have never worked on a Craftedly kit before either, so that's on my list. And then I've done the orders from Jaded Gem Shop. I want to work on one of those this year. And then as far as what I have kitted up, I have also, like I told y'all, Cooking by Candlelight. And then I also have one called Adeline kitted up, which is a Micah Jelena. And there's a Micathon, I believe, in August. I will be participating in that with that canvas. But that canvas is humongous. Around the end of the year, all I'm going to be doing is finishing whips to try to get them done before 2023 is over. But it's okay. I don't mind. I can see my future now. I'm gonna be finishing up canvases. And then, like, I've already picked out the canvas I want to do for Halloween. I want to do the Moon Thief, and that'd be my first Ivy Dollamore. Even though I love Ivy Dollamore, I have not completed any of her canvases yet. So that would be the first one I finish. So that would be nice. And, you know, just stuff like that. Like, I want to complete a Richard Lorenz. You know, I love Richard Lorenz, but I have not done one bird yet. So I want to complete Agnes. So it's just, you know, I have like a little list of different, you know, different things. Oh man, I lost another one. I think it's this color. Or is it this one? No, it's definitely not that one. Yeah, all these grays. Yeah, I think it's that one. Oh shoot. Yeah, no, that's not the same color. Goodness gracious. Well, that one may just have to go. We're just gonna push that to the side and we're not gonna worry about it. No, let me try one more. No, it's too dark. Maybe it is this one. Let's see. Nope, it's too dark. Okay, I'm through with this little gray. We're gonna let it go. Cause I don't know where it goes. Let's see here. 14. Now I need to cut some more. 15. When I put these back in here, I guess I didn't do it. There we go. Do a good job. So that's kind of how I choose the kits. I choose them from events. I choose them from never doing a canvas from a certain company, never doing a canvas from an artist that I like or artist that I bought tons of canvas. Like I've never done a Tons of Rocky bitch. I need to do one of those. So eventually they'll all get worked on. Because I have every intention of working on all my canvases. Now, it is some canvases that I bought when I first started diamond painting that I probably would never do. And I probably am going to do some kind of de-stash. And I also have some that I had bought when DXC had that last mystery box. It was like $70-something. There's a couple of those I know I would never work on. But for the most part, I'm working on my canvases. Like I was trying to think about, okay, what can I talk about today? And I said, let me Google, things to talk about. So it's this thing, and one of the tabs is hobbies. And one of the first question is, what do you do in your free time? And in my free time, I really, my two favorite things to do is diamond paint, and I love to read books. Well, it's no way possible I have the time anymore when I say read, I'm talking about reading a physical paperback. I have 3 bookcases full of books. I love books. I went through a time where I purchased the 100 books you must read before you die. And these are, some of them are new, but a lot of them are used books. We have a used bookstore in Tennessee. We have 3 of them actually. They're called McKay's. There's one in Nashville, one in Chattanooga, and one in Knoxville. McKay's used books. And you can get books for a really, really good price. So I did that, and I have, like I said, I've been getting the 100 books you must read before you die. And those are physical paperbacks, and I want to read those in the paperback format. But while I diamond paint, I listen to audiobooks. And so I get to do 2 of my favorite things at one time. And my other favorite hobby is cooking. I love to cook. I have always been a good cook. When I was younger, I used to cook every Wednesday from Bible study at my church for probably about 50 people. I would go grocery shopping. They'll write me a check. I would go grocery shopping and get all the food and all that stuff. Every week I would cook for the church until I graduated. Well, maybe not until I graduated. I think until we changed pastors. I don't know. That's so long ago. But yeah, I used to, and I still love to cook. I'm one of those kind of people, I can taste something, and I can eat something, and especially like in a restaurant, I can, eat it, taste it, and then if I can find like any kind of recipe that's close to it, I can get it there to exactly like that. Okay. And these stickers, they don't have the best stick, y'all. They really don't. So now I was talking about, God gives you one talent. That was my talent. And you know how that people always say, if you have lived your life over, what would you do differently? If I lived my life over, I would have went to cooking school. When I graduated high school, there was no cooking schools in Tennessee. And the school that my mom found was called Johnson & Wales. But the campus was up north. I feel like maybe, I can't remember what state it was. But it was somewhere up north, maybe like Maine or Connecticut, something like that. I can't remember. And I was too scared to go. So I didn't go, but I should have went. I could have been a Rachel Ray. Have my own cooking show on TV. But that's how I made money when and how I used to make extra money. But I don't have time anymore. But I used to, before I went in management, I would cater parties, cater like when people have like housewarmings, and my mama friends, they would have like their little Pekino parties, and I would cook food and they would pay me. When I was a kid, I used to make money. Excuse me. Don't laugh, y'all, but I used to make money cleaning chitlins for my mama's friends. They used to pay me $10 a bucket, which don't seem like a lot of money now, but back then, when I was a kid, it was a lot of money. And I cleaned them too. I did not care. Sometimes it'd be 3 and 4 buckets. I clean them things, my back be hurting. But I sure did. For multiple people. I told myself, you know, they had to get them to me, you know, in a decent period of time so I can get them done, you know, for when they ready for their holiday dinner. But yeah, I sure did. I used to clean chitlins for cash. That's probably why I never ate them. You clean them enough, you won't be eating them. I like the way the Dream Design does these drills, because you don't have to be, when you do DAC, you kind of have to be searching, trying to find, you know, whatever color it is. But with this, you don't have to. But they stickers, I don't know about the stick on the stickers. It may be worse than the D8 than the new DAC stickers. Because these things are not lying down at all. As long as they don't come all the way up. If they come all the way off, I'm going to be mad. That will make me mad. And then the next question to ask you is, how do you express your creativity? I don't know. I have made lots of things. Like, I used to make hair bows. When I had Avery, it made me want to make hair bows. So I used to sell hair bows on Etsy. I didn't do that long either because I was already a manager. I just didn't have the time. I couldn't keep up with the demand. So I kind of stopped doing it. But I did. I used to make hair bows. I feel like even diamond painting is creative because you can, you know, you can take your canvas, you can add embellishment to it, you can do all kind of stuff to it. This was kind of big. It was 23. Yeah, I think it'll fit though. That other one fits, so I think we should have 23 in here. I'm trying to think what else should I do to express my creativity. I like to color. I think coloring expresses creativity because you have to choose the color palette, and all that good stuff. So I do like to color. You know, I haven't been coloring a lot lately. I don't know. I'm a weird person. It's like I go through phases on hobbies, like, and that may be why I had quit diamond paint last year for some months. But it'll be like, I may do jigsaw puzzles for a while. Then I'll switch out jigsaw puzzles and I'll start doing diamond painting for a while. And then I'll switch off diamond painting and I'll be doing, you know, something else for a while. Because my main thing, like the hobbies that I do mainly is, the first hobby I ever had was jigsaw puzzles. I had a jigsaw puzzle when I was a kid. My mama, you know, used to also do puzzles. I love puzzles. And I'm really quick at them. I do them fast, pretty fast. And then my aunt taught me how to crochet. So that was my next craft. It was crocheting. And I've always read books. I mean, my whole life I've read books. So that goes without saying. When I was a kid, a bookmobile, which was pretty much like a bookmobile you can think of as kind of like a motorhome kind of. But inside of it was a library. It was books, and it was a man drove it. It was a part of the Metro Nashville Library. I had to use my library card, and I would check out, you know, whatever books. And when he came back the next week, I would, you know, take them back or take some of them back and get more. And the bookmobile would literally come. I lived across the street from a middle school, and it would park in a middle school. I can't remember what day of the week it was, but that man, he knew me because I was over there every week. I have read every Nancy Drew, Sweet Valley High, Babysitters Club. I mean, you name it, I've read it. Then I started reading, you know, harder books, but I love reading. Is one of my favorite pastimes. I'm trying to find our next row, guys. I think this is it. Yeah. And so I've always read, and then like I said, I did the jigsaw puzzles, so pretty. Look at these colors, y'all. Oh, so pretty. And then my aunt taught me how to crochet. And then those are pretty much the hobbies I did as a, teenager at home. And then when I got out on my own and I had kids, I started scrapbooking. And I took classes on scrapbooking. Everything scrapbooking. Me and my friend, Shibi, we used to take scrapbooking classes. So I did that. That was my hobby. And also, caveat, this whole time, I've always played video games. I love video games. Why don't I see 32? Okay, here it is. I've always played video games. So I've played video games since I was a child. My dad got me an Atari 5200. That was the first Atari I had. And then I ended up with a 2600. And I kept that one forever. And then I got the Nintendo, the very first Nintendo. Then I got the Super Nintendo. And then I got I think the next one was like maybe Nintendo 64. I probably owned every game system other than, I never had a Sega Genesis. I only had a Sega Dreamcast. I never had the Segas. I only had a Sega Dreamcast. And I had a portable Sega. I can't remember what it was called. And what is it? Not only what was it called, where is it at now? But I had because I like that thing. I had a portable Sega. And I only purchased the first Xbox, and I didn't like it. It didn't have a lot of games on it. And I'm sure Xbox is way better now. But I just have no urge to get an Xbox because I had that first one. I didn't like it. So I've never purchased another Xbox. But I've had every PlayStation. I don't have 5 yet. I will get it eventually, but I like to wait till the price goes down, because the price, it will go down. Well, I hope it does. With this new COVID world, I don't know, but normally after about a year or two, the price goes down. So I'm trying to wait to see if the price will go down. But I've had every PlayStation. So I've always played video games. So I really don't play them right now because I can't. I need to get another. I'm gonna give me another TV, so I have my own TV. I can play it on my own TV. That's mainly what stops me is the TV. And I'm gonna have to get everything moved because I have my PlayStation hardwired into the internet. I don't like it to use Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi sometimes is not reliable. And when you're playing the game online, you need reliability. Anybody who's a gamer, you know this. Who needs internet that don't want to act right and you doing or playing a game online. I don't have time for that. So I've always done video games. I've always read books, and I've always liked to cook. Also, talking about cooking, I have a cookbook collection in my kitchen. I literally probably have, I have a whole tall bookshelf full of cookbooks. It's over 100 cookbooks. I don't know how many it is. I've never counted. But I've collected cookbooks too. And I've recently got a lot of those. A lot of those I purchased full price, but eventually once I found McKay's, then I started getting them for cheaper. Yeah, I love cookbooks. I'm just making a mess, y'all. Please close down for me. Cooking. So like I said, so it's books, video games, always been those two, and the cooking, always those three. Then as I was a kid, like I said, I did the jigsaw puzzles and crocheting, and my aunt taught me how to crochet. And then when I got on my own, I went all out into scrapbooking. Like I said, I took classes, all scrapbooking things. And then my next craft, I think, let me think, make sure I'm not missing nothing, because I do all kind of little stuff. I think my next craft was knitting. My oldest daughter had no interest, but my middle daughter wanted to learn, so we took classes at Joann Fabrics. We learned how to knit. She's a better knitter than me. She don't even buy dish rags. She knits them all. And matter of fact, she knits me dish rags. So she is a wonderful knitter. And I also, you know what I also did as a kid? Another craft I did as a kid that I still do is latch hook rugging. Like making latch hook rugs. I did that as a child. I've always just been, I guess, what I would consider crafty kind of person that likes to do, different kind of things. I also, during the scrapbooking time, I also tried to teach myself how to paint. It was a lady, I know her first name was Donna. I can't think of what her last name was, but she had these painting videos and painting kits through Plaid, the Plaid painting company. You could, and it would you could buy, and this was a long time ago, she had, a VHS tape teaching you how to paint using her methods, and you would get these little cards and you would copy the strokes and how to mix the paint and all that. Not even mix, but kind of blend the paint to make the flowers and stuff. I tried that. I've tried so many crafts. So I forgot about my little foray into painting. And then I'm trying to think. So then during the COVID time, I pretty much was just doing jigsaw puzzles and playing video games until like I said, I ran across an ad for diamond painting on Facebook, and that's how I got into diamond painting. So now the video games and puzzles are to the side, and the reason why the puzzle is to the side is because I used to do my puzzle on my in my old house. I had a really big, long dining room table I worked it off of, and here I have a big square kitchen table I work it off of. But when it was just me and Avery, it wasn't a problem. But when you got a family, you can't just take over the whole table with your puzzle. So I'm gonna either have to buy. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is probably buying another table for the kitchen and taking that table into my bonus room. My bonus room is really big, and that way I can have one of our jigsaw puzzles because I love jigsaw puzzles. Let's move this out the way. I love doing jigsaw puzzles. And the next question is, do you have any hidden talents? To me, I would say my hidden talent would be cooking, because you couldn't tell by looking at me that I'm a good cook. And then the next question is, what hobby have you always wanted to try? I don't know. What hobby have I always wanted to try? I mean, most things I'll try it. I'll try anything. I used to do when I did the scrapbook and I did the embossing and stamping, and like that scrapbooking hobby encompass so many things. You learn how to do so many different skills. If you to take the classes. I'm trying to think what hobby. I don't know about that. Oh, this one's got a little straggler in it. I would get it out if I could. Oh, maybe I can. Yep, I can. I don't know. I'm going to think about that one. I have to come back to that one. And then the last one I'm going to do, because I'm sure I've been out here for a while, I feel like, is what do you collect? Well, right now, and I'm finna stop. I guess I collect diamond paintings and Stanley mugs. I've slowed down on my Stanley mugs, even though they haven't had any new colors out. So I don't know if that really consists of slowing down. But I have. I've tried to slow down. And then my diamond paintings. This is what my goal I've set for myself for diamond painting. What I really want to do is, I'm not going to stop buying them, because with the way DAC does stuff now, you can't even tell if it's gonna be discontinued or not. So what I've decided is, if the painting and I like it, I don't just buy paint just because it's from a certain artist. If I don't like the painting, I'm not buying it. But if it's a painting and I like it, and it comes from Ivy Dollamore, Richard Lorenz, Yume Arts, or it's a mystery painting I think I like, I will purchase it. Anything else, I will let it go. And if it ends up being a limited edition, it's just gonna be an oh well. I'm also trying to buy canvases that are smaller if I can. I'm still gonna buy big ones if I really like them, but I'm just trying to not have so many. I have so many monsters, just humongous canvases. So I'm trying to cut down on that some. But I do feel like my diamond painting has gotten so much faster. And I'm still neat. I don't like when it's real messy. So I try to stay as neat as I possibly can. I think I'm doing pretty good. Okay, 33. Oh, I didn't get to tell y'all about my funny stories at work that's happened over the last couple of weeks. So let me tell y'all that real quick, then I'm going to let y'all go. Because I know people don't like real long videos. Okay. So, first thing is, what day was this? I opened, so it was Sunday. I opened Sunday. I had a good, I couldn't sleep good, so I ended up getting up early. Why did I put this in this big old container? I'm not paying no attention. I couldn't sleep, so I went ahead and got on up early, and I, got going early, and I went to Starbucks, and so I got my Starbucks coffee. Was sitting in the car drinking it, and then as I was walking in, I saw this Jeep pull up, and I could tell that the person driving it was not one of my associates. So I went in the door, and I kind of just stood by the door and waited until the person got out, and then I was going, then I opened the door, and I told them that, I told the man, I didn't put a sticker on it. I told the man, I said, he pulled, let me say this too, he pulled into a handicap spot, and when he got out the car, he had like I guess it was kind of like a cane and like a brace on his knee or something. So he really was like handicapped. And so I opened the door up and I said, sir, also the mechanic got to see he had a gallon of milk in his hands too. So when I opened the door, I said, sir, we're closed. He was like, well, when do y'all open? I was like, we open at 7. And he was like, well, what time is it? I was like, I said 6. He's like, well, he said it's gotta be after 6. I said, well, sir, I don't know the exact time. I don't have my phone out. My phone was in my purse, and I got keys and coffee in my hands. I'm just trying to be helpful. And so he just looks at me and gets back in the car. And I'm just like, when you try to do nice stuff for people, half the time it don't even pay off. That old grumpy man, I should let him walk. I should have came inside, locked the door, and let him walk all the way up to the door and realize he couldn't get in. Then he would have been thinking, well, she could have told me they was closed. I mean, you just cannot win with people. And I understand he probably got up this morning, and I don't know how his milk could be bad, because I can say one thing about my company, our milk is fresh. We have a 10-day freshness guarantee. We won't even sell milk after a certain time, even if it still got a good date on it. We pull it. So I don't know what he did to his milk. He probably left it sitting out too long or something, because on his own self. Because we very, very seldom get milk returned. I'm talking about very, very seldom. So I don't know, but what happened, I'm sure, is he woke up that morning. Maybe he wanted a bowl of cereal. Maybe he put milk in his coffee. I don't know. And his milk wasn't good, so he wanted to, thought he was going to run up here and bring it back. And then he got mad because it was closed. So, and then I thought about it. I said, well, I probably should have told him that you can't return the milk until 8 o'clock. But I wouldn't think about that because he made me mad. So he probably came back and still couldn't return the milk. Because the service desk where you return stuff does not open until 8 o'clock. I hate it for him. Not really, because it was mean to me. But it's amusing. And then I got called outside. We were grilling ribs, and I got called outside by one of my associates, and he was telling me that I may get a complaint. I'm like, a complaint for what? He was like, well, this customer got mad at me because I wouldn't give him a whole bag of sauce for the ribs. Like, what? So this gentleman, he purchased 1 slab of ribs, which is, you can just imagine just a regular slab of ribs. But he wanted us to give him a whole bag of sauce. Now, the bag of sauce would like slather probably, I don't know, let's say 8 or 9 maybe 10 slabs of ribs. And he wanted us to give him the whole bag. We can't give you the whole bag, sir. It doesn't work that way. We have to put sauce on the rest of these ribs. We don't mind if you want us to rub some extra sauce on your ribs. We cannot give you the whole bag. Sir, you're going to have to go in there and buy some Sweet Baby Ray's. Our barbecue sauce and Sweet Baby Ray's. You can go buy your bottle. We cannot give you the whole bag. And he never called to complain, but I just thought that was funny. My associate thought he was going to complain. Because he called my associate mean. I'm like, how is it mean? Because he can't give you the whole bag of sauce. He offered to put more sauce on him. So I thought that was funny. But I really enjoy talking to y'all on my channel. I really do. I hope everyone is having a great day today. And I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.